Hey y'all, I'm Coco Jones and you're listening to Main Pod Girl.
Hey, welcome to Main Pod Girl, a podcast made by Popheads for Popheads. Every episode, we'll be diving into all kinds of pop culture topics with some of our favorite artists and music commentators. I'm your host, AJ Marks. Today's special guest has been on the radio since she was 8, on your TV screen since she was 13, and is now finally breaking through on the Billboard Hot 100. You may know her from her Disney Channel days, evolving from Radio Disney's Next Big Thing, to So Random, to Let It Shine, to Good Luck Charlie. But in just this past year, she's collaborated with Justin Timberlake, Ty Dolla $ign, Renee Rapp. She's won Best New Artist at the NAACP, Soul Train, and BET Awards. She scored 5 Grammy nominations, including Best New Artist, and she's had her breakthrough single, ICU, go platinum in the US. What an insane year. And so we are so lucky to have her end her big year coming on the show. Please welcome our newest Main Pod Girl, Coco Jones.
Period. That 8 on your radio since she was 8. I was like, damn, have I? Go, girl.
Yeah, wait, because we're the same age, I just realized.
Are you 25?
Yeah, I'm 25 and I'm turning 26, like, I think 3 months after you.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what's her birthday?
January 4th.
Yeah, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
What were the big lessons that you learned from 25, and what are your resolutions going into 26?
That's crazy because I was just journaling this down. I was like, let's grow this year.
We're in sync.
Okay. I mean, one of the biggest lessons that I learned this year is that I cannot look at somebody else's career, even with like high esteem and respect, and think that that makes it so that I have to do those same things, you know, because I can't be someone else. So why would I try to do everything that someone else did? I'm not going to turn into that person. I can more look at it from a inspirational point of view, but I was looking at it from this is what I must do as well, you know, but it's like, girl, so much has changed from these people that I look up to now that it's just like, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to repeat history, like repeat every detail, you know, just look at the people that you look up to, look at them as inspiration, not the rule. And I guess like about myself, I learned that I can be really confident on stage and really that girl, but I have an issue with letting go of things that are holding me down. Like I find ways to like be like, but you know, they were there in this, but it's really like, girl, if your body is telling you this isn't it, listen, you know, like stop wasting everyone's time, because it's not stuff that's going to throw my life into shambles. It's all just like little things that I tolerate when I really should just let it go, you know?
And so 26, going into that year, resolutions.
26, I want to define what hustle, what success, what that standard really means to me. Because I was basing it off of what I thought I needed to do to be like the people I look up to. But I can't do that. I have to choose success that applies to me, applies to the day and age that I live in, and what I really realistically have as my resources, the time period that I'm in, you know, like, let's get present, find a definition of success that works for me in my life, you know?
Totally. In 2023, you've checked a lot of things off of your bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're kind of reassessing your own goals and where you want to be, what's something that you still have on there?
Well, I still want my album to be top 5 Billboard Hot 100. I want everybody up top 5. I want to be up there. Let's see. I still want to go on a world tour. And I think I need to add more, truthfully, because a lot of the goals got hit.com.
They absolutely did.
I need more.
Things that like you wouldn't even expect, like Justin Timberlake remix of ICU.
Yes. Didn't write that down.
Fucking crazy. Yeah. So did you always kind of envision him on the song, or was it more of just like a weird kind of coincidence and it kind of just unexpectedly happened?
I was very, very surprised. I mean, I guess the assumption of who was going to be on the song was like another girl artist, you know, we're singing about love, some guy, is what I was thinking. That's what I assumed myself. But then you hear little things like oh, Justin really likes the song. I'm like, oh yeah, does he? Prove it. Like I hear things, and then next thing you know, they're like, hey, Justin wants to get on the song, and I'm like, prove it. So then next thing you know, I'm in the studio with this man, and I'm like, all right, I think it's proven. I think this is real. So I just wasn't expecting it. It just caught me by surprise.
You dared Justin Timberlake to get on your song. You were like, you like the song so
No,
much?
I mean, it's all these teams, this
I
team and
know,
my
I
team and
know.
her team. And I'm like, all you teams, prove it.
I was going to say, in terms of collaborators, just a spoiler alert, I was obsessed with your song in 2013, Deja Vu. That was like the song of the year for me, truly.
That is so sweet. Wow. Oh my God.
And I had no idea Victoria Monet wrote it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Y'all are both like having your overdue pop star moments right now. Like, what was that
It's
like 10
crazy.
years ago, and what's it like now?
10 years ago, I feel like she was just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, and so was I. Like, I didn't really, honestly, I was a 15-year-old, so I didn't really, she kind of wrote the song for me,
Yeah.
what did I know? But I remember like her and Taylor Parks, like Tommy Brown. I was like, these are some cool people. Like, I thought like artists were so cool and like writers, and I just wanted to be cool like them. So it's funny now when I see her, I'm like, girl, I was a fetus and you took a chance. Thank you.
Made some great music together.
Okay.
I want to talk about your new Christmas song, A Timeless Christmas.
Yeah.
What was the most important thing to you when you decided to write a Christmas song?
To me, I really like usable songs. And so I feel like Christmas has this feeling of like Hallmark and joy and happy. And I wanted my song to give that feeling because that's what you want to feel during the holidays. So
Mm-hmm.
my only preference was a song that makes you feel like Santa's on his way.
Yeah.
But I do in moving forward in the future, I definitely want to give an R&B Christmas moment because that's just what I would like to hear
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Be
myself.
what you want in the world, you know?
Okay.
I always
Exactly.
say this because I feel like all the things that I'm like, why does that not exist? Like, like even this podcast, I was like, why is something like this not there? And then I was like, oh, I
No, for
guess I just
real.
got to do it. If you want something done, you got to do it
Hello.
yourself.
Do it yourself. Period.
Oh, and you were talking about that in so your big YouTube video, the live video that you did back in 2020, talking about your experience with Disney Channel and then basically how you took matters into your own hands with YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
everything. That went
Mm-hmm.
viral, spawned 1,000 memes. Do you feel like the aftermath of that video changed the course of your career at all?
Absolute low. It was so trauma because I watched my engagement and my analytics, all of those like just go down. Like I
Mm-hmm.
would remember I would post on Instagram and then I just would close it because I'd be like, I can't. I remember when it was popping,
Mm-hmm.
and I just couldn't. So one day I got on Twitter and reluctantly searched my name. I don't be doing that because I'm like, no thanks. No need to remind me. But I happened to do it this day. And when I saw this tweet, like, what happened to Coco Jones? She was supposed to be next up. And it was going viral. I hadn't seen numbers like that about me in a minute. So I was like, dang, what should I do? I asked my mom, I'm like, what should I do? She was like, tell him what happened. She don't know what social media is. That was some great advice right there. So, I mean, I made the video not knowing what was going to happen. And it was like, oh, your engagement's back. Oop, everything, they're watching everything you do. Their comments are up. I was like, what's happening? Why are you, I mean, I don't have a movie to promote right now. I don't have a new hit song. Why are we here? What are we talking about right now? They just liked my personality. They liked that I told my truth. And I didn't know that people liked that or cared or that would work for me. I was only used to singing on a camera. I'd never talked on a camera. So next thing you know, I was telling YouTube stories. I was like, what am I doing right now? And people just loved my authenticity. I ended up doing the Terrell show. That really boosted everything. And then I ended up doing a cooking show with Terrell. That boosted everything. And next thing I know, my TikToks are going viral. My engagement's up. And I have people asking about me. I have management asking about me. I have labels asking about me. And I'm like, I didn't drop a song right now. How was from social media? It didn't, I never thought that would be like my way back into relevancy. I always thought it was projects, good movies, good music, and then boom, you're back.
Well, you were cast in Bel-Air, which, by the
Yes.
way, congrats on season 3.
Thank you.
Was getting cast in that also a turning point for you? Or was it more of a coincidence that it kind of feathered in with a record deal? And
It was also a turning point because I mean, I was big on social media, but it's different than when you're on a hit TV show like
mm-hmm.
that. I mean, I was just auditioning at the time. And through social media, another manager had reached out to me who was an acting manager. And I was like, acting manager, I haven't had one of you since I was 13. Hey, what do you want here? They pressed me to do my Bel-Air audition, but I didn't know what a reimagining was. I was like, don't they want the same girl? It looks the same as I don't, why are we, Anyway, they pressed me to do it. When I got the job, the show came out. It was a huge thing. Like the commercial aired during the Super Bowl. Like it was Peacock's biggest show. I mean, yeah, it just continued to like, it was like this little snowball that like I accidentally kicked down the hill and it's just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm looking up at the top of the hill like, y'all see this? Who the hell made the snowball so big? What's going on? It was blowing my mind.
That's wild to me that like there was a period of time where you were like, all right, I've had my big moment and now this is kind of like me trying to capitalize on that. But little did you know, it was like you were going to have an even bigger moment. Do you find that there are a lot of people who had no idea who you were 10 years ago and they just think that you came out of nowhere?
Rarely do I have somebody that doesn't know who I was at all. They all know me from being 13 and doing Let It Shine, especially if they're like around my age, they know me. Maybe like the older generation. But then sometimes I'm like, your kid watched Let It Shine, so you do know. You remember the little girl? It's rare that somebody's like, where'd you come from? A lot of people see me and they're like, oh, Hillary can sing. So it's like, okay, sometimes they saw the show and then they're like, who are you? But rarely is somebody like, did you come from nowhere? Like, no, girl, you saw a commercial about cereal 2 years into my career. You've seen me, lady. It's just really rare.
I've always wondered that, like, if people ever remember like an encounter they had with a famous person, like at a grocery store, like years before they were famous, like a really small, insignificant, like, wow, that person was really rude to me or something like that,
Oh, I mean, honestly, I think that all the time. Like, girl, you never know who knows anybody, so you better keep it cute.
When everything started to come together for you again and that snowball started to get bigger, it seems like it all happened really fast, at least from the outside. Was there anything that you were really excited for, but when you actually got there, you were like, oh, fuck, now I'm nervous?
That's a great question. Truthfully, nothing felt new to me. Being on TV, being on stage, doing press, it all felt like deja vu. It felt like I was in a dream that like, boom, it fast forward to me doing that at a grown age. But I'm like, I don't know. It all felt new. What was scary was feeling like overwhelmed with everything, like opportunity. Yeah. Like there's no time. There's no time to stop. That was a little bit like, oh shit, whoa. Because as a kid, you got to go to school for a certain amount of hours, and you got to take that mandatory film being done break. But as an adult, it's like, well, if you want your album to come out when the TV show comes out, then you must be done filming and then get right in the studio and then do it all again. And your call time is 5, but who cares? Like, girl, get into it. That got a little bit like, now how do I balance? Because we went from 0 to 100 very, very fast.
What I didn't tell you, that's an EP, correct? But the deluxe has 11 songs on it. Is it still emotionally an EP to you? Is it a primer for a debut album, or do you consider this like the fully realized debut?
She's my very cute EP. Love her though. I feel like I was a freshman when I made that. Like, oh my gosh, I hope they like me at this new school. I'm nervous. I mean, I'm pretty good. I got into the school, so I'm good. But like, how do I make friends? Where do I sit at the lunch table? Like, how does this all work again? I'm an adult in music now. Are they going to take me seriously and not think that I'm still that little girl? What do I do? I was very much like dipping the toe. But now I'm like, hold on. I think I'm that girl. So I just have a little more, je ne sais quoi. When this album comes out, I'm getting sophomore, junior energy. I'll show you around the school.
Going into this new album, what are the things that you're bringing to this, do you feel, that you didn't even think about for your EP, or you didn't feel like you had fully realized?
I think I'll be thinking during the creative process of the songs about the end process of being on tour. That wasn't a concern for me when I was making the EP, I was just like, whatever, we're just doing whatever. But now I'm like, hold on. If I want my tour to feel like this world and I want to do more of this and my crowd likes when I do this, then these songs need to have that in them. Like I'm starting kind of at the end and going back to the beginning with the creation of the songs. And that's something I haven't done before.
Well, you could have fooled me because the Crazy for Me live performance video that you had goes off. It's clear that you have such a vision for your music.
Thank you.
How has that vision changed over the past 10 years?
Wow.
Like in terms of what you want?
In terms of what I want, I always wanted to be a superstar. Like I wanted it to go far. I wanted the world to know my songs, even if they don't know English. You know this song though, you know? And I love to work. I love to be productive. I love to be on that hustle. I love to be like, oh, press, then show, rehearsal, studio, sleep a little, party. You know, like I love that concept. So I wanted that. I've always wanted that. And then I think creatively, I didn't know what I wanted at all. I knew what the genre of pop star was, didn't know what I was talking about, singing about, or what I was wearing, what I looked like. None of the creative, because I had just been a little puppet, a little cute little kid puppet, you know, doing scripts, singing songs, and making it all look cute. And that was fine too. But I just had to grow into what the hell I want and what I want to say and live a little girl. I had done nothing. I was very much sheltered.
No, that's nice that you got to have like a little bit of that period of growth, kind of like away from the machine a little bit, and then you get to come back in and you're like, oh, I'm a real person now. I can come in and I can
literally.
I love that. So I have a couple games for you. I love playing these games on this show. This first one is called Popheads Gone Viral. So nowadays, so many songs are going viral and even climbing into the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100. I'm going to give you some songs that I think could go big in the charts once again through 4 different methods. And we'll both choose a method that we most like to see. Are you ready to make these songs go to the top?
Let's do this.
All right. First one is Leave Get Out by JoJo. So there are 4 different ways that we could make this song popular. It's featuring Mary J. Blige, a.k.a. Brooklyn, the rap alter ego, Sync on Bel-Air, Beyonce mashup, any Beyonce song, or a Simlish version.
Simlish like Sims?
Like The Sims.
Oh, log out, please.
What's the thing that makes this song blow up, ideally? Is it Mary, Bel-Air, Beyonce, or Simlish?
Honestly, truly, I would love to hear Mary on this. I think Mary could really stomp and really eat that up.
Me too.
So that's going to be what I choose.
I think if Mary was going to be on it, I'd want Mary to be on the version with not like 13-year-old JoJo, but the one with
yes, definitely the remastered, the one where she took control into her own hands. Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, no, I think that would be ideal. But I'm also thinking, I'm trying to think of what's Beyonce song it would get mashed up with.
That's why I didn't pick that, because I couldn't.
Irreplaceable?
I've been waiting all day for you, babe. You come send it on to me.
Wait,
that could maybe eat.
They kind of feather in pretty well together.
You might have just did something. So is that the way you're choosing?
I'm gonna go with Beyonce mashup.
Okay, you kind of slid on that.
So you have Mary and I have Bey. The next song is Pretty Girl Rock by Carrie Hilson.
Ooh.
So we have featuring Mary J, Sync on Bel-Air, Beyonce mashup, or Simlish version.
Something about the Simlish version of Pretty Girl Rock. Because what would they be saying during rock? This is a pretty girl. I just feel like they would say some out the wall stuff that would have us screaming. I'm gonna go with Simlish.
Simlish, I actually could totally see that happening. I think if it was gonna be a Beyonce mashup, it'd probably be like Flawless or something, which could be good. But I think Simlish is really good. If it was gonna be Mary, it'd be Brooklyn. Like her rap alter ego would be on this. I could also see it in Bel-Air, like in a moment where you're
Now you're right. Hillary could eat that pretty good rock. Like when she's walking into a meeting about to really dominate.
totally like she could walk into a hallway with.
Yes.
Mhm.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Bel-Air, I think, actually.
I'm still gonna go with Simlish because I'm still
Simlish.
comedied at that. I'm still screaming at that. But what are we talking about with this alter ego of Brooklyn? What are we saying right now?
So there was a song, I think, No More Crying, where Mary J. Blige featured Brooklyn with two N's, but it was just Mary J. Blige's alter ego. So her rap alter ego.
Wait. What else can I do but leave? Are you talking about that?
Yeah.
No. No, you're not. No, she did not. I have to. Where's my cellular device? Oh my God, it's literally all the way across the room. How do you know this is to be true?
I think I found it out on Wikipedia, maybe. Brooklyn is Mary J. Blige. It's like
I thought that was a rap for this. I'm so gagged at that. That is really shaking me to my core.
Because Mary can do it all.
She is so T for that.
Yeah, no. I love her.
That's it. I'm doing that too. Inspired.
Mary's like maybe top 10 favorite artists of all time.
Yes.com.
Okay, the next song is Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg and Pharrell. Are we going Mary J. Blige, Bel-Air?
Now you know where the hell I'm going. Brooklyn better bring her ass out. Brooklyn! She would eat on that. Mary J. Blige alter ego would take it down. Drop It Like It's Hot.
Ooh.
She would eat that.
I'm going to go with Simlish version because I'd want to know what they'd do for the Snoop.
That's actually hilarious.
Shoop.
Please, they would eat that up. I can't. That would actually have me to my knees.
Can you imagine the Pharrell verse too? Imagine like because they have these original artists sing it in that language.
I just think that would be hilarious.
Would you do a Simlish version of ICU?
Hell yeah. I would do that for free. That would take me out. Because like how would
Okay, EA, if you're listening.
No, seriously, please have me. I would absolutely scream laughing. I would love to partake.
Okay, so wait, you're still going with Brooklyn then?
Yeah, Brooklyn would take that down.
Okay, cool. You're Brooklyn, I'm Simlish. Next one, Dance Ass by Big Sean and Nicki Minaj. Or Dance $$.
Right, of course. Had to be $$. I would say, I would like the Simlish version, respectfully.
Because of Islands and Waikiki.
Okay. I would need to hear that. What do you think?
Oh, 7-Eleven mashup could work.
That's really sickening. 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven, 7 twice, man, 7 twice. Right on the
Okay, yeah, no, you convinced me. I'm gonna do that. That's great. 7-Eleven, and you're doing Simlish.
I am.
Perfect. All right, sweet. So that's the game.
That's very creative. Very creative. Keep the girlies creative on their feet thinking.
Thank you. This next game is about you. It's called Song Superlatives.
Mm-hmm.
So just like high school yearbooks where the graduating class votes for their peers for a number of different categories like best dress, most likely to become president, I want to give you a chance to give the songs that maybe haven't even been released yet or the songs previously in your back catalog a chance to have their own superlatives.
Okay.
Most likely to succeed is the first one. So this is a song that before it was released, you thought it would hit the hardest.
Ooh, I would say Caliber.
That's my favorite. I'm so glad you named that. I
love her. I just felt like it was a very good starting point. Musically, it sounds all interesting in the beginning. It's like, I'm like, It makes you want to be like, what's that? And then I like the first line, pull up to the party on my playgirl shit. Like, I was just like, yeah, this is that girl. I think she's going to really do it. So I would say her.
Okay. And then the next one is Most Changed.
I changed the song a lot before it came out.
Yeah, like from the inception of the song to the final product, what went through the most stages?
The one that most changed was ICU because I wanted to make the vocals hit harder. So I went in there and just kept going at it myself.
So you like laid down basically demo vocals and then you re-recorded them and you were like, these are the vocals. And then you were like, no, these are the vocals.
These are the vocals. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, where are we running with her? This is the girl. Let me get in these vocals one more time. Thank you.
Because you can use the old vocals if the new vocals aren't it, but they're going to be it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So next one is most unique. The song that stands out the most in your discography so far.
The one that is the most unique, I would say, is Spend It. Like when I'm on tour, that's the one that's the most different. It's kind of like happy song, and everything else is more like Yeah, that's how I feel when I'm performing it.
Do you feel like with tour you're gonna have to like figure out where to kind of put it in the set list? Like, is that kind of like
absolutely. And I think when I have my album too, it all has to sonically eat. So some shit might have to go.
Cutest couple that never was is the next category. This is a song that you wanted to be a collaboration and it didn't end up happening, or a song that you could make into a dream collaboration.
Crazy for me. I would have wanted that to have a rapper on there like Lotto or Flo Milli or Ice Spice. Somebody to say, yeah, he crazy for me, you know?
Flo Milli is one of my favorite, like, in the game right now. I love her so much.
Are you into her new song, The Never Gonna Lose Me? He touching on Millie Poochie and then bitch, I'm boozing. Lot of Asia, he feeding me sushi.
I love her. She's so funny. Like, that's the thing I love about her, is that she really kind of gets it, you know?
Yeah, I love her.
Okay, I can see that. Best storyteller is the next one.
Best storyteller is Put You On. That's a good one. Storytelling wise, I like the visuals. You pull up in that 97 Civic talking your shit, your phone wasn't working, your homeboys was looking at you like, how'd you get this girl? And then now I put you on. I was the first one there before the fame, screaming out your name. And now you think you flying shit with your VVS and your double C's. You got this rollie on your wrist, but no time for me. I think that's a good story.
I love it. I love that you just did like a slam poetry kind of version.
Thank you. I was going to give it to you how it needed to get got.
Good fucking set of lyrics.
Thank you.
And the last one is best performer. So this is the one that you feel like your best vocal performance was in this song. Now,
we all know the answer. The answer is in the room with us. And it's definitely I See You.
Oh.
But hold on, because I was thinking in the stratosphere. Sometimes I listen to my old songs from when I was a fetus. Yeah. Girl, I'd be like, ooh, girl, you were fighting for it. You wanted to be that girl. I feel the passion.
But yeah, absolutely, I See You. I mean, if you can go toe-to-toe with JT, and then obviously the Grammys love it. By the way, campaigning for a Grammy, is that a lot? That's like a pinch me moment, for real. Like, you have 5 that you're going for at the moment.
Yes, it's very pinch me. I mean, that is a great way to describe it, because everybody's like, how do you feel? And I'm like, the answer is pinch me. Because let's wake up from this dream. Come on, y'all. Get serious.
I can't imagine that, like, anything good that happens to me, I don't process until like years later. And then at that point, it's like old news. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
yes,
at that point, I'm like, oh, that's just, that exists. And I know that to be true, but it doesn't feel like it actually happened. Is that kind of where you're at right now? You're like,
yeah, it's kind of like, okay, prove it. I need to be there and hear them say my name there. And then I'll be like, all right, this is for real, you guys. This is not an alternate reality where only I exist in this simulation. And I'm waiting for my truer self to take off the VR glasses.
You're going up to the Grammy committee and you're like, oh, you think I'm Grammy worthy? Prove it.
Prove it.
Grammy. Do you think I'm Grammy worthy?
Let's take it home.
Here, let me just feel how it
Give
feels in my
to-go
hands.
box and let's do this.
Could you imagine you go up on the stage during the telecast and they give it to you in a to-go box because they listen to this podcast? They're like, oh, that'd be funny.
I would live for that. I mean, I think that'd be great for both of us. They're listening to this podcast, so clearly you're eating.
I like to think that they're going in and being like, yep, let's do them a solid. Let's get some main pod girls on the show for sure.
Okay, if you're listening, do it, guys. Prove it.
Yeah, prove it. If you're listening, prove it. Vote for Coco.
Thank you.
Coco for Prez. Thank you so much for being on this show. I'll be keeping my ear out for the album and I'll be watching the Grammys.
See you there.
Hopefully they have a to-go box ready.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Coco, for joining me. Thank you to Noah for the theme music, and make sure to rate and review us on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on right now. Have a great 2024.